The title of my speech is Forever Ours Faithfully. So when I first learned the LTC theme for this year, my initial thoughts were of the song Faithfully by Journey. Now, I know what you're all thinking. This girl is way too young to know anything about 80s music, which I would totally agree if I wasn't raised on my mom's music collection that consisted of Milli Vanilli, Bon Jovi, and Journey, to name a few. Now that that's cleared up, you're all probably wondering how this song has any relevance to the current theme other than it being by the band Journey and the song being Faithfully. I realize this isn't the most religious song, but the spiritual intentions and the implications are all there if you really dig down deep. It shows God's relationship and our journey of faith. So today, we're going to dissect the lyrics of this famous ballad, and we're going to cover some of the parallel ideas that come with this song and our journey of faith. One lyric of this song is, "Wondering where I am, lost without you." This perfectly conveys a rough patch in a person's life, where they feel like they're losing their identity and need more than anything to come back to the loving relationship they once had with God. I feel like we've all had a time in our lives where we've tried to rebel from God. Maybe there are some really hardcore Christian principles we've always had in ourselves since our childhood that we just denied because there was something we wanted to do. Or maybe we took a few missteps that eventually added up and put us very far away from God. No matter how strong or self-sufficient we believe we are, no one can truly make the right decision at every point in their life, and they're eventually going to need some help. And when we reach this stumbling point, sometimes we don't always seek direction in the right places, like God. People become completely dependent on and engrossed in things like relationships, drugs, and other things that maybe feel like they know where they're going in life, but they really don't. Maybe these things can provide temporary relief and maybe even a little bit of happiness, but nothing can truly fill that void in your life like the compassion that God provides. Another grouping of lyrics from this song is, "Two strangers learn to fall in love again, and I get the joy of rediscovering you." These particular lines show that even if you've fallen away from God and have become a stranger, you can always return to Him and even know that He'll receive you with arms wide open. I personally think that's one of the most incredible qualities of God. He's a capacity to forgive that I cannot even fathom. No matter what sin I commit, God will always be there and accept me regardless of my faults. I love standing in front of you today knowing that how sin-filled and blameful and just everything wrong with me I am, God accepts me and sees me as His beautiful daughter. This goes along with the song lyric, "I get the joy of rediscovering you," even more. It's not only amazing for us when we decide to go back to God. God is overjoyed each and every time one of His kids comes back to Him. He loves each of us so very much, and the thought of invoking a new relationship with us truly elates God. Having a Creator that loves us so very much is an amazing gift, and we can show our gratitude by giving Him our faith and our love. One final line of this song is, "You stand by me, I'm forever yours, faithfully." I feel like this shows the unchanging and constant devotion that God provides for each of us. No matter where we are in our personal journeys of faith, God will always be there to lend a helping hand if we need it. While so many of the things that we rely on in this life shatter and crumble, God is a firm foundation and a solid rock. But I won't get into His rock-like qualities. I think you heard enough speeches like that 2 years ago. My point is that there are very few things that we can count on in this life. But no matter what, we can count on the companionship and support that God constantly provides. He's faithful to us because He loves us. That's another great quality of God that I don't think I'll ever fully grasp. When we're in relationships, we often set conditions and are only willing to put forth so much effort. God, however, pours His entire heart and soul into every one of His relationships, which creates the possibility for each of us to have a profound connection with Him. Now that I've educated a new generation in the wonderful genre that is 80s music, let's review what the song Faithfully has ultimately been able to teach us. First, sometimes we fall away from God, causing us to feel helpless and as if we have no purpose. Second, coming back to God is always possible and is a celebratory and exciting experience for both you and God. Lastly, throughout your journeys of faith, through all the ups and downs, God will be your faithful partner. I'm assuming that Journey did not have any spiritual intentions when they wrote this song, but they're all there if you dig down really deep. The greatest lesson that you can learn from this song is that there are many different stages of faith, And every one of us in this room is likely to be in a completely different stage. The one thing we all have in common, though, is a God who loves us and will never forsake us, no matter where our journey of faith takes us. He is forever ours, faithfully. Thank you.